Hey everyone, you're here at Hoboken Talks. It's our weekly talk show that we broadcast live from the Hoboken Historical Museum, and we got a great program tonight. You can check us out live now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and you can ask questions by texting in. I want to thank Rand Hoppe, who's downstairs doing our engineering. And this is actually our fourth program. And again, these are archived on our YouTube channel. You can check out past ones with Mark Singleton, Danny Schott, and Jack Silbert. And my name is Bob Foster. I'm the director at the Hoboken Historical Museum. And tonight we are so happy to have a local resident, Issa So. Issa So. And we're on. Greetings.
Very nice. How are you, Mr. Bob?
I'm doing good. I think today was our fourth snowstorm.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm a little tired from shoveling. It wasn't that bad, but I was really looking forward to meeting with you. And I'm just going to say, what do you think of that background for this?
Wow. It's remember me somewhere I go every single day. Newman Leather Building.
That's right.
Very nice.
The picture, we're just going to start bouncing off of that. The picture is of Newman Leather, one of the landmark industrial buildings in Hoboken. And when you come into Hoboken on Observer Highway at the south end, you go right by it. And just noticing those great elevated trolley tracks. And I remember showing this picture to you a few months back,
right.
And you were really awed by it.
And give it to me that one too.
Yeah, definitely. You have one down at the studio. So before we go into the studio, I jumped ahead a little bit. Mm-hmm. How long have you lived in Hoboken? How did you end up here? That sort of stuff.
Wow, it's been 2011. My wife had a job here, and we moved from France to here.
Okay.
That's how I get to Hoboken.
Excellent. And do you remember your first impressions of Hoboken?
Oh, the first of all is I don't understand when people speaking because I don't speak English. That was, I just look at, And I was lucky to meet one Senegalese artist here called Ibundoy, very great artist, glass painter, I think. Yeah, and that my beginning in Hoboken, he's the only one I can speak to, and he can tell me things, and Voilà.
So he was your guide.
Yes.
And so where were you born?
I was born in Senegal, West Africa, Dakar, and I left Senegal in the 90s for Europe, France, born again in America in 2011.
So I really like that expression, born again, and in terms of like moving to a new community. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think all of life for me is to be in life is to know more.
Mm-hmm.
Every year you try have a 36 months, I think. No, sorry.
It seems like we just went through 36 months.
Yeah, this
but
is crazy, yeah.
The 12 months, right?
We have 12 months, and each month you learn the maximum possible before it's done.
Uh-huh.
And when you travel a new country, you don't speak the language, and you have to learn another culture. It means born again. You are a baby again.
Okay. And were people welcoming of you?
Yeah. And I think it's like everywhere. You're going to have some people welcome you and some people, they don't welcome you.
Sure.
And that is how we build who we are, to understand those people and to welcome them.
And so Senegal, France, and Hoboken. And as I remember, Senegal is very tied to France historically.
Yeah, it's now the French colonized Senegal a long time ago, and they speak French at school. It's one of my fights today on this world is how I can do people stopped learning French in my country and a little bit start to learn the language we have in the town, like Wolof. Because more you learn someone, more you don't learn yourself, more you are away from reality.
Right. Let me make sure I got this. So Senegal was kind of a colony of France, and sort of that became the language of France. I mean, sorry, the language of Senegal.
Yes, is what you learn at school, and if you need job, you need to speak French and have a diploma from French.
And so the native original language would be known as
Oral. We just talking louder, and it's like the African music. Nobody write it. We just
really. So it wouldn't be Senegalese or
Senegalese. In Senegal, you have so many different language. I'm not gonna say ethnic group. I call it language because each of them have a culture inside, medicine, politics.
Interesting. Right. And we've interviewed a fair amount of artists. You've shown here at the museum in the upper gallery, which is where we're broadcasting from. But you're a really interesting artist, but you're fairly new to the art of painting. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'm a very new artist. Very new. And I hope I can stay new artist,
And what does painting mean to you?
Painting, I'm still try to understand what the painting means to me because I don't make art before get to here in Hoboken. And it's real hazard how I get to painting. In France, I used to own a security company, nothing to do with art. And when I get here, I don't know what to do. I have some statuette I used to collect. And I walk around this town and I don't understand English. I say, okay, maybe I can open some African art galleries will help me to learn English and also to know better of my culture. Because when I get out Africa, go to France, I don't know a lot about Africa. How I say, more you learn someone else, you don't know who you are. And when I get here, I think I real born again. I born again, have a vision. I look back Africa to see where I from, who I am real, because everywhere you go, you will find someone sit down there, say, here is my house, And I start with the African statuette, go there, meet the artist, bring here painting, and I say, yeah, I will try to support African art in America.
And has Hoboken inspired your art?
Yes, Hoboken inspired me on so many different ways. I have 4 kids was born here in Hoboken. I think that is very good inspiration, And it's very lovely town. I love Hoboken, and I don't go nowhere. I go house and studio, and everything I love in my life. Almost they are here,
And I know that music is very important.
Yes, music is very important. Music is very important. It inspires me a lot in my artwork because everything is rhythm, and music is, I love music.
And you play traditional African music or?
Traditional African music, no, I'm not yet there. For now, I'm playing Issa music because every time I grab the guitar, I feel something in the guitar. One day I would love to. I appreciate a lot African music. I don't play enough African music. I like to see them when they play.
But you know a lot of traditional musicians,
yes,
correct?
Yes.
And when we did our introduction, we referenced the Newman Leather Building, and sort of circling back to that, you have a great studio performance space, Issa Place, down at 300 Observer Highway.
Yeah.
And when people are driving on Observer Highway, if you're heading out of town, it would be on your right-hand side, just as there's an awning that says Sarah Gallery.
Issa Gallery.
The Sarah Gallery.
Traditional African
Sure.
art.
And so I thought we'd go to a few of the posters that you've done to market your events, and maybe we could discuss, the type of things that people would, hear if they came to visit. Okay. So we have this one here. This was an event pre-COVID, right? 12520.
Yeah.
And what happened at that event?
I don't understand the question.
Can you tell us about the event that happened on Saturday at 9 p.m.?
Yeah, okay. Saturday 9 p.m. is traditional African music. I am here in America, and I have a traditional African art gallery, and I love music. And I want to share with people here something they don't get access, And I think that thing is the music, the traditional African music. And every Saturday for now, I do for 10 people. It's not real for making money, or we just do it because people need continue to be in life, wear masks, social distance, and all of those things.
So I guess I should say, because we want to promote what you do.
Oh, yeah.
So you're doing these now?
Yes.
Okay. And
I
so
do it every Saturday.
every Saturday,
Yeah.
people could go down
People can
at
go
9
down
p.m.
if you wear your mask and you respect.
Okay, you're doing the
social
social distancing,
distance, yeah.
and probably easiest to walk there.
Yeah.
But there's probably these days plenty of street parking on
That's
Observer
right.
Highway
Yeah.
or on Clinton Street.
Or in Clinton.
Okay, and you accept a donation for this,
Yeah.
for sure?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Got to support the artists.
How support.
And how late do you go, if I might ask?
We start at 9. At 10:30 is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
9, 10:30.
Especially on school nights,
Yeah.
right? And here we are. This was a special tribute
Yeah.
event.
Dudu Njai was one of the greatest African drummer who passed away, and this man inspired me, and I never met him, just musically. When I walk, I like to put his drumming and do my artwork. And one day I met his son here in America. And year before, I was trying to see where I can find his family, because I have a family here in New York. And I don't have any chance to see the family, to tell them I'm sorry for their loss, and I would love to do something here in America for him, because he do a lot for African music, and especially Senegalese music.
Right. And I'm just going to get the sense that you're in New York.
Yeah.
You might even hear someone playing on the street or in the subway, and you kind of know they're from your country.
Yeah.
And you introduce yourself.
Exactly.
And that night they're playing. That Saturday night they're playing.
Yeah.
In Hoboken.
That is my plan. Is because a lot of great musicians, when they get to America, when they're from Africa, in general, sometimes they stop playing music because they see another reality. You have to work, you have to pay the bill, you have to do this, you have to do that. And then they even don't have any more time to focus on their music. And my plan is how I can create something easy for those people anytime they want to play African music to can come to the gallery.
And I'm sure it's a bit of a tight-knit community.
Yes.
And once word goes out, and I'm going to guess you've had more African musicians playing in Hoboken in your last, how long have you been doing this?
I started this when I go to Newman Leather Building. That's mean on 2014.
Okay. So we're in 6 years. So I bet, how many different musicians do you think you've had play over that time period?
I do this every weekend.
Every weekend.
I do almost 6 years every weekend.
And sometimes repeats, but probably new people too.
Yes.
And I'm not even sure if we have any really
not just
good
African musician in general is, because for me, African music is the mother of music of the world. That's mean you have to invite their baby to come back and we can play together. You know?
Okay. And you've, I'm going to guess that most of these are visiting artists, live in the city or the boroughs, but you've also invited Hoboken residents who are musicians also.
Yeah, very important. Yeah.
And I think you've been very generous, as most musicians are, but I think you've really extended yourself into the community.
Yeah, I'm just lucky to meet a lot of generous musicians, who inspire me also from here, Hoboken, like Gene, the plumber.
Sure.
One of the musicians I really appreciate about a lot of things, way of thinking, energy, and,
And there's sort of a can-do attitude, like, let's do it.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Okay, exactly. That's good. That's good. Exactly. Okay, we're going to go to a few more slides that might feature your artwork, and it's very distinctive. Can you, let's go through maybe 2 or 3, and we'll land on the third one and maybe discuss. Okay, well, let's discuss this.
I know this man.
You know this man. So here's a picture in your studio. I've been there several times. I don't think we have a great shot of the studio overall. And this is probably the least dense wall in the space, right?
Right?
I mean, this is where you're hanging your artwork. Yeah. And can you talk about how you use different materials?
I will tell you how the different material use me, No, it's just curiosity. Everything I touch, I don't know, I see something else. I think everything has something inside everything. You have to go inside everything to see everything. That is.
And so some of these ideas that you're talking about, which are kind of philosophical and, relating to art, do you think they are related to your background or where are they coming from?
The base is very important. Number 0. No number 0, no number 1. I think, yes, this lot is from in my culture and also my family, where I'm from.
But it's interesting that you really started doing art since you had the studio, right?
Yeah, I really started doing that since I have the studio. And also, I stopped school when I was 9 years old. That's mean it's very earlier, because my mind wasn't open at school at all. And when I go to school and I have pen, I drawing, man. Even I don't know I'm making art, I just drawing because it's the only things I was capable to do when I was young. On that age, after my mind started up and I say, oh, okay, I know the things,
So I guess I have to ask, so you're in school till 9.
Yeah.
And are you saying then you kind of went out on your own?
No, my own. It's just, and give me another confirmation is because I have a fantastic dad and mother and brother, sister, royal community where I'm from in Africa. That's mean even you not go to school, you're gonna do something else because they're not gonna let you just sit down there and eat the rice and sleeping or those things.
Right.
You have to. I know I learned different things in my life. My dad was karateka.
Say again?
My dad was karateka, master karate.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Every day I was going there, helping him clean up things and learn a life with him.
So I guess I should ask, is that one of you're also besides artist, musician, karate guy?
I used to. Now is my son learning.
Okay, cool. And do you teach him? Or
I teach him what I know. I bring them to learn something else.
Okay,
from somewhere else.
Sure. I'm learning things, as I talk to you. I should mention. Okay, let's go on to the next image. And we're looking at an image. Well, first we saw your studio previously, and obviously we were talking about materials, and we just recognizing that you use a lot of recycled materials.
Yes.
These are shutters.
Shadows.
Okay. And I'm going to guess that someone dropped them off at the studio, or you were walking home one night and saw a dumpster and you said, hey, look what's in here, and
Yes.
appropriated them.
That's right. Someone was moving in Newman Leather Building
Yes.
and used to have all of these things and was throw them away.
Right.
And I pick up everything
Right.
from the garbage. And
It was a beautiful show.
yes.
And,
Yes, thank you.
I see it as more as an installation, meaning it's hard to just look at one piece.
Mhm.
It's the accumulation, it's the environment,
Yeah.
and it's sort of bigger than you. And it's
right.
kind of fun to break it down into components, but I almost feel it's strongest as an installation
Thank you
on
very
there.
much. Thank you.
And what
Thank you for that occasion, Hoboken Museum. for
Sure.
invite-
And sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry, how do I turn it off? Yeah, I love this exhibit, and a lot of times we get into when we hang an exhibit, everything is exact, everything is level,
Mhm.
and I think we gave you a hammer and nails, and you got it up there pretty quick.
Yeah, it's the way I learn to hang these things because I never measure or things. I just say, okay, let's
Right.
do it.
Right, sure. And do you want to mention that if people do want to reach out, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, you can type in comments. I'm not sure if we've seen any comments yet. And just reminding, there's Jack Silbert saying Issa Sow is the best. And it's true. Danny Schott, these are all former interviewees on Hoboken Talks, and they are supporting Issa tonight. And they all have a track record with you too, right? Yeah. So it's great to hear from you guys. And the family is watching. I think at the end we have a slide of the family. You have an amazing family, beautiful family. And I love to see you guys out and about. We're going to move on to the next slide. And so we're back to your artwork. Can you talk about the different motifs you use in your work, the symbols? I think if you see a lot of work, we do, you have some recurring shapes, colors, and what do I see here? Is it birds?
Yeah, it's a lot of bird. It's a lot of bird and some, how you say, cowrie?
I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but cowrie shells,
Cowrie, yes,
which
cowrie
maybe
shell.
not in this slide, but we'll mention it when we see it again.
Yeah.
So do you, like, I'm going to just put you on the spot a little. How is this connected to Hoboken? You said Hoboken Hoboken affects your art.
Mhm.
Maybe it's not literally like the birds, but,
I think on so many different ways, Hoboken make my art be what it is today. First of all, I breathe in Hoboken, the air, and I eat the vegetable, the food from this town, and I do everything on this town. My inspiration, traveling sometime from Africa and found me here in Hoboken to be, and yeah, Hoboken inspired me on different things. And the bird, I love the Shipyard Park. Is a lot of different bird visiting sometime, and I think you know them. Those when you come, they always shh. Those.
yeah, what Issa is talking about is that, the park that we have is a great place to just relax, but
Yeah.
it is a man-made park.
That's right.
The structure, and there's a lot of brick and so on. But in terms of wildlife, when it's late in the day,
Mhm.
that there's all these trees, and it seems like these birds, which I think are starlings,
Yeah.
they just kind of take a break and hang out in the tree, and that you would not believe how much noise they make.
Yeah.
And then when you go underneath the tree, as you said, you do shh. They know you're there, and they get quiet. And then you can walk away and just hear them drum up again. It's
That's
kind of
right.
cool.
Yeah. No,
I never noticed it. And That's cool that you're connecting that way. Oh, I did see the cowrie shell on that last slide just a moment ago. Yes. It's right in the middle, right?
In the middle,
There's one shell, two shell,
Yeah.
which kind of looks like a clam shell from the side, but has and that would be not native to Hoboken. That would be Senegal, right? You're on the coast.
The cowrie?
Yeah. Oh, you call it cowrie, which might be, you might be better. You're probably stating it more accurately.
They live in the ocean. They're from the ocean, and I think they can be everywhere on this world. This cowrie may be in India too,
Right.
And in Africa, we use them a lot on different mystical way. Like when you have one cowrie like this, you tie it in your hands or your ribs. It's good to put away the bad eyes, people, because it's all bad energy. Everything is about energy. We use them. That is where I'm from, and we read life with the cowrie. Also.
Okay, cowrie. Okay, we're moving on to next slide. Okay. And tell me about some of to me, there's a lot of music in this one. Am I reading that right?
That's right.
So what do we got?
It's a lot of music. It's how we can do to listen to all of the music we have around. Because for me, every human being is music.
How do you mean that?
When you talked, you can do rock and roll or slow music or, everything is music. We have rhythm. And how we can do to understand everybody.
Right.
That painting is, I'm real talk about that. Because
there's Teresa saying Hoboken with a nod to Picasso. Very nice. So she thinks you're a little influenced by Picasso.
Wow,
not a bad influence.
Yeah, Picasso is the one.
Cool. And so do I see the shapes like drums in there on the lower part? Or the circles, are they like drums?
No, I call them oxygen.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I call them oxygen because for me, everything have a life. When you play music, you do one chord, jang, that things have a life. It's have the beginning and where it's going to get to old and the air is need to breathe. Voila.
Okay. And of course, your voice is very melodic and very beautiful to listen to. I don't feel that about everyone. So you got a good instrument.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're moving on. Okay, I forgot. I just saw something from Eric and I missed you, but very good. Everything is music. That is true. That is true. Thanks, Eric. Keep those comments coming. And again, this program will be archived. You can check it out on the museum's YouTube channel, and there's lots of programs. And this is going to happen every week. Every week.
It's very, very, very nice because we need to sit down sometime and talk. Like the music have to go out.
That's true. Well,
it's good to do
sure.
This.
And you love to fill your Canvas platform, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, is what I found there.
And I kind of see like a traditional boat, a profile.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a little bit, when I was doing this, my mind go to think about it, same boat, the world on the same boat, like we are on one boat, everybody, Africa, Europe, America, and if the boat start to get fire, it's not good for no one. It's for everybody. Nobody gonna get out of things. That is a little bit inspiration.
Very cool. So, do you listen to music when you're painting? Like headphone music?
No headphone music. I listen to music. I love music. I listen to.
But as you're creating your art, are you listening to music?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I can listen to music. I can listen to also. It's every time music. Even you stop the music, you hear another music.
Okay. And can you describe what you're thinking or maybe you're not thinking when you're creating your art or your music? I mean, are you concentrating or are you just letting it flow out?
Yeah, I'm a jammer. I'm not serious artist. I don't call myself like the artist who can focus and concentration and all of those things. I'm not yet on that level. Maybe one day. But for now, I just take the example of my kids when they make art. It's always joy, the beginning to the end, and it's every time good, never bad.
Interesting. I think they talk about sometimes when you're creating your music or your art, you're in the flow. You're in a certain state,
Yeah.
and that it's a way to sort of lose yourself and sort of trust yourself that you can create something interesting. Um, and you're not exactly sure what you're going to be creating. It's not like you're in a trance, but it's kind of an interesting. I think many artists experience it.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that you're both music and, shall we say, fine art. You know, and not that I don't know that many people who do both.
Wow.
You may meet them, but I don't come across them that much.
Maybe okay, the way I do it is very simple. I'm not going to call myself professional musician. I'm not going to call myself professional artist. May I enjoy when I have a guitar in my hands. It's not judgment. I just going to play something to make myself happy. And I think it's the same way with the art. It's keep me busy, keep me happy, and
And out of trouble.
out of trouble, and also learning why I'm doing this because,
Right, right. Well, okay, we got some more art maybe? Okay. And again, the way you've created this uh, is this canvas?
yeah, it's a canvas.
Canvas,
All
how
of these
large?
painting, they are big, maybe. I'm not very good for the feet, maybe 2 meter or 1 meter and a half,
Okay,
sometimes 3 meter.
right. And do you teach or share your creative inspiration process from Bun Bun Studios?
And
Do you want to respond to that?
yeah, happy to. I don't teach. I do something we call creativity trap, inspiration trap every Thursday. And I'm not calling that teaching someone art. I will give it you the occasion to create art. Maybe what do you have inside already? Yeah.
So you're down at your studio.
Down
People come in,
Yes.
and should they reach out to you first or email you?
Yeah,
Or
they can just email or call me on the phone. Tell me when you want to try those things.
okay,
You can bring whatever you want. You can, if you have a furniture, you want to change it something, bring it, or I will give it to you something
right.
surprise to do.
Again, we don't have a shot of Issa's studio, but when you go down there, you I actually recognize things that I've seen on the streets of Hoboken, but you have, I'm going to say, Issa-sized them. You have covered them, and they're like a whole new object. It could be shoes that you found on the street. You know, they could be sort of disposable items, but you kind of make them your own. And there's traditions of that, but you've really taken it pretty far. And I think it's pretty cool to see on there. So again, Thursdays. Do you want to give a time or information?
Thursday is every Thursday. I do three seconds. One at 6 o'clock, 7 and 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, to don't have so many people on the same room with the coffee. And
Sure. That's right. Coffee is important for artwork, right? Okay. And so this on back to here's Carolyn McCall. Issa Studio is awesome. Yeah, I agree, Carolyn.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And I sort of joke when I introduce you to people, I say that you do have the coolest place in town, 300 Observer Highway. Normally, I would be pushing the museum that we are the coolest place in town. We both have great places. but really glad to push your place, because I know people joke that, hey, where's the museum? They don't know where we are. And you probably would get that also. Like, where are you? But again, the address is 300 Observer Highway. You can't miss it if you're going down to Observer Highway north or south. And so speak a little of this image. I'm sorry, I keep cutting in. So this one's a little different because I'll say your figure is much bolder. And the ground, which recedes, the background, is really got a lot of energy, but these two forms are playing off against the background. Can we literally say anything about those forms, what they are?
For me, there are three. We have two trees on Observer Highway, one near the 300 Observer Highway, one near the bus stop, and they royal dead tree. They don't have any more life, those three, They don't have and the background for me is inside Issa Gallery, because it's crazy busy like that.
Oh, this is cool.
And those three are very special for me. It looks like they are there. They don't have life inside. And I'm asking why the bird is still going there. That is my...
The bird?
Yeah.
The birds still go there. Yeah. Well, I sort of know these, but I mean, they're kind of like cactus, right?
No, they are not cactus. I give them the cactus look a little bit.
Oh, okay.
A little bit.
Okay. I misread that then. But again, you're kind of, it's abstracted, but the source is you're interpreting your studio.
Yeah, on this one.
The exterior,
yes.
In this case. That's pretty cool. Okay, Alan Wellner, a good friend and hopefully future person we can interview in Hoboken. Issa's gallery studio events are welcoming and friendly, wonderful artists and enchanting music, great hidden Hoboken gem. Issa, when will you host? I'm not sure if I'm going to get the pronunciation. Issa Denur?
Yusundur, yes. He's one of the great West African artists and Senegalese artists, very good musician. Yeah, that is my love, because what I would love to do in Hoboken is to bring, not just inside my space, it's a gallery, like to participate more in the music in the town and bring something different, because my job is to represent Africa in Hoboken, and every people who like Africa and want to know a little bit about Africa, I can show to you something.
Right. Right. Cool.
Yusundur, I would love to have Yusundur here. He's amazing.
Okay. And what instrument is he?
He's a singer, and he have a big band, maybe with 15 people inside. And, great musician. He's a great musician.
Sure. Well, hopefully a program like this will shake the tree a little for sponsors, because musicians have to be paid.
Yes, and he come every year in New York, and it's possible,
right?
Because I have a different great musician who come visit what I'm doing here. Man like Yusundur, he's a big. You can invite him on small space.
Right. There is kind of a tradition where musicians or performers might be on a circuit and play New York, and then there's a quiet night. Yeah. Sure, we'll come to Hoboken. Exactly. So hopefully that could happen.
That is one of the plans, how I can, continue to do these things, and maybe one day they will all come, and when they stop by New York, they can just come to Hoboken, because it's not far, and it's happened with other great African musicians who just come say, oh, let me go see Issa in Hoboken,
Sure. Nice. Okay, we're moving on. And who are these guys?
Oh. This is the kids of, I say the dark is the mother of the light. It's make the light burn. Voila. The benefits of the dark.
Okay. And I see birds too?
Yeah, it's a two bird, and if you look, it looks like two people. It's a two bird with red wine glass of wine, maybe.
Oh,
Orange
you
wine.
know, I wasn't reading it. I got it
Yeah,
now.
because
So
we look
gla-
like everything. We look like the bird. We look like the glass of the wine, because the glass of the wine was designed to fit nicely with the mouth. Don't, of course, it's going to look like a mouth a little bit.
Sure. And we have the shells again too, right? The shells.
I'll drink to that.
Oh, I'll drink to that Danish
That is
shot.
Danish shot.
Okay. And I guess we're moving on. I guess the other thought I had is, do you sell your work? I mean,
Yes,
you
I
do.
sell my work, and I sell everything at 300 Observer Highway. I don't show a lot my art outside. First of all, I don't know how to do it. That is the one first point. And the second is I have my first job is to be near my family. I call it job because I have to be serious. It's important. I have 5 kids here and fantastic wife also who work a lot. And, I'm not 100% to see how where I can sell my artwork. I do everything simple, local here. Voilà,
Right. Right.
for now.
But I know when I've been down at the gallery, it's not like there's a price tag on the work.
Yeah.
And you're, I won't say shy, but it's not like the first thing.
Yes.
I mean, you're not hustling to sell in a sense. You just like sort of sharing it, and your place is almost like a gift just being there. And, hopefully if people are looking for art, it comes up in conversation. And,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a very, I think if I put a price in my artwork, that's mean if someone don't have that money, don't can have it. And it's my artwork. I can give it to you. If I really see in your eyes, this was made for you. It's
Okay.
gonna be for you with money or with no money. It's the same way.
So you have a very generous spirit to that exchange, in a sense, making that evaluation, and how you probably connect with the person.
It's very important to meet someone, and it's all about meet people because
Sure.
we are nothing. We are just nothing. If we are alone, we don't exist. We need another people to appreciate who we are, what we're doing, to
Right.
value.
And obviously, these days, that's more important than anything. Is a good conversation with someone.
Yeah, it has to be every time like that because the first medicine of human being is a human being. The first one. Everything you do, you need another human being to support you. Anything.
Good words. Okay. And so this figure is similar to the last figures with the wine glasses?
Yeah, I think I made them on the same period.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is the African Toro there, like how you call it.
I forget. You
The
mean
game,
like?
the game. You have the red things, and the bulls run after.
Oh,
you.
right. I'm forgetting. Someone online, help me. Who's the guy who
I
performs with the bull? I can't remember.
Toro.
Okay, that's my COVID memory. Is just I seem to Matador.
Matador.
Okay, there we go.
Bravo,
Okay,
Matador. Yeah, that is the Matador.
right. Okay, so he's flagging. Who's he flagging though? This
His
Matador.
life.
His
This
life
one is for with life,
with life,
not with the
not with the bull.
no with the ball. I think it's me maybe.
Okay.
Me fighting with my own Matador life.
I love that. I love that. Okay, the Matador of life, or Torador. Okay,
Torador.
or maybe it's Matador the way it got texted in. I'm not sure. Thank you. Okay, we're moving on, and this is very different from the others. Is this recent or earlier? Or?
Yeah, I think not long ago.
Okay.
Yeah, not long ago.
And I've seen you do very small pieces.
Yeah, I do small pieces.
And very large. Yeah.
I love do big pieces.
Right.
I stopped because I don't have any more space.
I was going to say, I always tell people, you got to put some of the older work on the ceiling,
On the ceiling,
so you have more display area.
That's right.
Cool. Okay, we're moving on. Uh-huh. And there's your guitar.
Yeah, this is I can call it Hoboken Music Festival. Maybe
Okay.
when you go out and you see everybody playing music.
Sure. Yeah, we sort of look forward to the days when we can return to those festivals.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And is this a different medium? Is this, do you think?
Yeah, it's a Sharpie, this one.
A Sharpie,
It's
right.
Sharpie oil on wallpaper.
On wallpaper.
Yeah, where I live, they changed maybe 2 years ago or a year and a half all the wallpaper, and I take everything.
You got it.
And make
Okay.
some,
Pretty cool. And the wallpaper can be pretty long,
It's
so
very pretty.
you can keep rolling it out.
That's right.
Excellent. Cool. Moving on. Okay.
Yeah.
So why does she have a fish on her head?
Because we are all of those things. We are fish, we are bird, we are tree, we are flower. That is represent. Because if we're here and the fish is here and the bird is here, we have something to share.
Interesting.
You know.
So I'm not sure if Rand's typing that in. I'm not sure if we're on screen now or people are seeing just not just the artwork, but couple people wrote in that, hey, why aren't you guys wearing masks? Why are you sitting so close? And it's because we have do you want to hit this?
Yeah.
Just to prove it, we have a piece of plexiglass that Rand hooked up so well. And again, a big shout out to Rand Hoppy, our engineer downstairs, who made this happen. And we are safe and sound here.
That's right.
It's actually been fun talking because
Yeah,
we don't have to wear masks. We often have conversations during the day as we see each other.
Right.
And I'm usually exhausted from being restrained by the mask on there. Okay. And how are we doing on images here? We probably have a couple more. Aha. So you mentioned family and other responsibilities in life, and your incredible wife, who is probably listening or corralling the family. And do you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to all of them to make me the man I am today. My wife, my kids, and she's a fantastic woman, stronger and everything.
Good words. And we might be coming up to our last slide. Let's see what we got. Okay. I love this picture of you crossing the street with one of your canvases, and you just have your hand up.
Yes. I was taking my soucoupe volant to go back to planet Jupiter.
Say that again?
I was taking a soucoupe volant. You know soucoupe volant, like the vessel to go to the sky to change the planet.
Okay.
This day I was going to Jupiter for maybe a few days.
Okay. Did you get in on that trip to Mars? I think they landed today, looking for life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I was bringing this painting on one gallery here, one frame shop in Washington with Heba Trezor.
Sure.
Yeah, she invited me to hang this painting for the rabbit.
Gotcha. So you're crossing 13th Street, heading towards Washington, and kind of stopping traffic.
Exactly.
Okay, but probably crossing of the light. But it's good to check on there. So, we I think had a good conversation. We said we were going to I'm going to say a few words about the next program. and I'll bring my voice down a little bit. And do you want to play your guitar?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
I can play some guitar, and when you talk, like
Okay, sure.
how
sure.
we do in Africa a little bit.
Oh, okay. Actually, I have one other thing. I wanted to give you a gift, and I'm going to do it like right now.
Wow.
And
Oh,
so I was clearing out some spaces of old tools, and I can authenticate that this tool is not connected with Hoboken. It's not part of the museum's archives. But soon as I saw it, and I have other ones different sizes, I just thought what you would do by transforming it or Issa-sizing it with paint.
wow, it's beautiful.
And if you decide you don't want to paint it, of course it's fine. But I just
Yeah.
when I have collected so many things, and now I really try to specialize and collect things for Hoboken in the museum. So if there are other things, like if I brought this into the house, I'd be in big trouble. So I'm trying to find good gifts for other people. So I'm going to hand this through the partition.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
very
if
much.
nothing else, you could use it for, exercising your wrists and strengthening
it still work,
on that.
you know?
Yeah, it still works, but hopefully you don't have to use it on anything. But if you did want to transform
Thank
it,
you.
and there's that. And I'm going to sort of conclude. Issa's going to play some music as we go out.
Yeah. And,
thank you very much.
I would just love to say thank you to Danny because he was there at Issa Gallery so many times. We
Yes.
have almost 2 years.
Yeah, you had some great poetry events there.
Yeah, something beautiful. And artists need another artist to be more successful.
Right, but you're a very generous person, and you happen to be an artist, so a good combination. Good combination. And I'm just going to mention that next week we will be here again at 7:00. Rand Hoppe, who's the engineer, will be actually hosting an engineering, so that's going to be challenging. And he'll be interviewing Leah Lustikoff, who is the senior archivist at Stevens. And that should be a really interesting conversation. Stevens campus is sort of closed to most of the Hoboken residents, where we usually go wander up there, and you might meet Leah in the library, but she'll be coming to us. And I'm going to say good night to everyone. Again, thanks for your comments and participating. Please spread the word that this program is ongoing. It's archived on the YouTube channel. And if people have ideas of who would be interesting subjects, we are open to that discussion. So you could email that to info@hobokenmuseum.org. And we are building an audience, and we feel this is the perfect time to do it. And we're going to segue with some acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm going to play a small song for my son. Before I get here, I tell him I will play the song for him, and I think he was calling me. Where is the song? Where is the song? And the song is in Wolof. Voilà. Voilà, Issa, that was for you.
Beautiful. Okay, we're signing off again. Thanks everyone, and we'll catch you next week at Hoboken Talks. And I got a lot from this, and I hope it was good for you. Conversation is really important at this time.
It's very important.
Good.
And I hope when everything is go back well, we continue the conversation.
Yes, yeah. It's forced us to sort of slow down a little bit, and one thing we can do is talk more.
Talk more.
Good.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bob.
Okay.
And thank you, the technician behind
Rand
this.
Hoppe. Yeah.
Yes,
sure. Definitely. Okay, signing off. And we are